A match is played between two sides, each of 11 players, one of whom shall be captain. Second, nomination and replacement player. Each captain shall nominate 11 players plus a maximum of 4 substitute fielders in writing to the BCCI match referee before the toss. No player may be member of the playing 11 may be changed after the nomination without the consent of the opposing captain. Only those nominated as substitute fielders shall be entitled to act as a substitute fielders during the match unless the BCCI match referee in exceptional circumstances allows subsequent additions. All those nominated, including those nominated as substitute fielders, must be eligible to play for that particular team, and by such nominations, the nominees shall warrant that they are so eligible. In addition, by the nomination, the nominees shall be deemed to have agreed to abide by all the applicable BCCI regulations pertaining to domestic cricket, and in particular the clothing and equipment regulations, the code of conduct, the players and the player support personnel, the anti-doping code and the anti-corruption code. A player or player support personnel who has been suspended from the participating in a match shall not from the toss of the coin and the remainder of the match thereafter be nominated as or carry out any duties as or a responsibility of the substitute fielder, or enter any part of the playing area which shall include the field of play and the area between the boundary and the perimeter boards at any time, including any scheduled or unscheduled breaks in play. A player who has been suspended from the participating in a match shall be permitted the toss of the coin and for the remainder of the match thereafter be permitted to enter the player's dressing room, provided that the player's dressing room for the match is not within the playing area described. For example, the player is not permitted to enter on the field dugout. Concussion replacement. If a player sustains a concussion or suspected concussion as a result of head or neck injury during the course of the relevant match, a concussion replacement may be permitted in the following circumstances. The head or neck injury must have been sustained during play and within the playing area. A concussion or suspected concussion must have been formally diagnosed by the player's medical team doctor. The team manager shall submit a concussion replacement request to the BCCI match referee on a standard form which shall identify the player who has sustained the concussion or suspected concussion, specify the incidents in which the concussion or suspected the concussion was sustained including the time at which it occurred, confirm that following an examination the player's team medical doctor believes or suspects that the player has sustained a concussion as a result of the incident specified above. Identify the requested concussion replacement who shall be like for like replacement for the player who has sustained the concussion as suspected concussion. In all other circumstances, the concussion replacement player shall be from nominated substituted at the time toss. Only in the case of where wicketkeeper is concussed and needs a replacement, the match referee may allow the wicketkeeper from the player outside the nominated substitutes if there is no wicketkeeper in the nominated substitutes. The concussion replacement request must be submitted to the BCCI match referee as soon as possible after the incident specified if a concussion replacement is to be permitted. The BCCI match referee should ordinarily approve a concussion replacement request if the replacement is a like for like player whose inclusion will not excessively advantage his team for the remainder of the match. In assessing whether the nominated concussion replacement should be considered a like for like player, the BCCI match referee should consider the likely role that the concussed player would have played during the remainder of the match and the normal role that would be performed by the nominated concussion replacement. If the BCCI match referee believes that the inclusion of the nominated concussion replacement when performing the normal role would excessively advantage the team, the BCCI match referee may impose such conditions upon the identify and involvement of the concussion replacement as he sees fit. In line with the overriding objective of facilitating a like for like replacement for the concussed player, the BCCI match referee may In reviewing a concussion replacement request made in accordance with the request, any such a further information as may be required in order to make the determination required. The decision of the BCCI match referee in relation to any concussion replacement request shall be final, and neither team shall have any right of appeal. Once the concussion replacement has been approved by the BCCI match referee, the replaced player shall take no further part in the match. Both the concussion replacement and the replaced player shall be considered to have played in the match for the records and statistical purposes. COVID-19 replacement. If during the course of the relevant match a player tests positive for COVID-19 or displays COVID-19 symptoms or is prevented from participating as a result of applicable COVID-19 public health guidance, a COVID-19 replacement may be permitted in the following circumstances. The positive test for COVID-19, symptoms of COVID-19 or public health guidance preventing participating must be formally confirmed by the team medical representative and endorsed by the independent medical practitioner. The team medical representative or team manager shall submit a COVID-19 replacement request to the BCCI match referee on a standard form which shall identify the relevant player, specify whether the player has tested positive for COVID-19 or is displaying COVID-19 symptoms or is prevented from participating as a result of applicable COVID-19 public health guidance, and identify the requested COVID-19 replacement who shall be like for like replacement for the player whose replacement is requested. The BCCI match referee should ordinarily approve a COVID-19 replacement request if the replacement is a like for like player whose inclusion will not excessively advantage his team for the remainder of the match. In assessing whether the nominated COVID-19 replacement should be considered a likely for like role player, the BCCI match referee should consider likely role that the relevant player would have played during the remainder of the match and the normal role that would be performed by the nominated COVID-19 replacement. If the BCCI match referee believes that the inclusion of the nominated COVID-19 replacement when performing the normal role would excessively advantage the team, the BCCI match referee may impose such a conditions upon the identify and involvement of the COVID-19 replacement as he sees fit. In line with the overriding objective of facilitating a like for like replacement for the relevant player, the BCCI match referee may, in reviewing COVID-19 replacement request made in accordance with the request, any such a further information as may be required in order to make the determination required under clauses. The decision of the BCCI match referee in relation to any COVID-19 replacements request shall be the final, and neither team shall have any right of an appeal. Once the COVID-19 replacement has been approved by the BCCI match referee, the replaced player shall take no further part in the match. Both the COVID-19 replacement and the replaced player shall be considered to have played in the match for records and statistical purposes. Third, if at any time the captain is not available, a deputy shall act for him. If a captain is not available to nominate the players, then any one of the nominated member of playing 11 the team may act as his deputy to do so. At any time after the nomination of the player, only a nominated player can act as a deputy in discharging the duties and responsibility of the captains as stated in this playing condition, including at the toss. Each association must nominate its multi-day team captain to the BCCI when appointed. If the multi-day team captain is not participating in a match, in relevant association must nominate a replacement multi-day team captain for the match. The association shall advise BCCI match referee. If the multi-day team captain plays in a match without being the nominated captain for the match, he will be deemed to be the captain should any penalty applied for overrate pitches under the BCCI Code of Conduct. Responsibility of captains. The captains are responsible at all times for ensuring that play is conducted within the spirit of cricket as well as within these playing conditions. Additional eligibility criteria for the players in age group state teams. Only 3 players who were in the playing 11 senior team, Ranji Trophy, Vijay Hazare Trophy and Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy in the same season can be included in the playing 11 of any age group state teams.